we are building that new metal canon one album at a time.
You know what that means.
Roach Koach
podcast.
That means that we are digging in. We're digging in deep, Matt. You know, we've hit a lot of the peaks, a lot of the big guns we covered. And now it's time to talk about, I guess what you call them, little guns, tiny guns. Why don't you do Speak No Evil? So indeed we are doing Speak No Evil and their album, Welcome to the Downside. Now, Matt, I'm sure you're thinking Speak No Evil, the Speak No Evil?
I am thinking, number one, About Time.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, who?
That's right, Matt. I was not familiar with Speak No Evil either. So I went to the old internet and I decided to do a little Googling to see what I could find out.
Johnny Resnick and the boys came up with...
Not much. Over on Discogs, this is the most thorough breakdown I could find of the band. Los Angeles, California metal quintet first came together in the mid-90s, shortly after the two guitarists relocated from Miami to the West Coast. That's what we got, baby. These are some LA boys.
Helpful.
Not helpful at all. If you go over to Last FM, Speak No Evil was an alternative metal / post-grunge band that released 2 albums, a self-titled in 1999 and Welcome to the Downside in 2001. The band went on indefinite hiatus afterwards.
You know what that means? We're going to be hearing about a reunited Speak No Evil after this episode hits, because that's just the way the Koach go.
That's right. It's just how it works. Now, everyone will be thrilled to know that while Matt and I may have little to no knowledge of this band, you know my ass got a physical copy, baby.
Hey, man, nothing stops you from buying a CD.
Nothing does except for a lack of currency. That will stop
That would
you.
be the only thing.
That'd be the only thing. But otherwise, nothing's stopping me. Nothing. So I picked this up from eBay seller Last Chance Records LLC.
Nice.
For a sweet $4.58. This arrived in my mailbox. And while it has a little hole punch in the UPC, tells me it's a promo copy, this was still in plastic, pristine.
Wow.
Pristine. This thing smells like 2001. Summer 2001. Smells like, oh, yeah, you can see, I smell this. It smells like sunshine every day. Yep. Smells like not a problem. Not a problem.
Not a care in the world.
No clouds in the sky. It was beautiful. I will say, this album cover, it did draw me in, considering what's going on in the world. And I thought it was very apt. We have here what looks to be some sort of marionette, albeit perhaps a mannequin of a man in a shredded white suit, white shirt with a tie, and he is being dangled over the United States Capitol.
You know, that only says one thing to me.
What does it say to you?
Wake up. Sheeple.
That's right. So this thing drops basically in the middle of Bush 2 first term. Thank you, Matt. And I can say that there is going to be a little bit of political talk on this record.
Oh.
Something to know about. These boys have a POV. Now, you might be saying, Lauren, who are these boys? Great question.
Who are these boys?
Well, I'll tell you who they are. In the liner notes, it says SNE. That's right. They're already giving themselves that acronym. SNE is Curtis Skelton on Vox, Lizardo Amarios on guitar / Vox, Danny Gill on guitar, Greg Weiss on bass and Vox, and Charlie Waymeyer on drums.
Very nice.
Very nice. Now, I will say, to get ahead of it, before you roll into them comments with them hot little fingies on the keys, I am aware that Lisandro Riaz did pass away in, I believe, 2011. He was actually very, very active in the scene. Even after leaving Speak No Evil, he was a guitarist for OTEP, and it was a tragedy. I guess it was a bike accident.
Oh, geez.
Very sad. Just so everybody know, very sorry to hear that.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. And I can also tell you that I listened to this album 3 times, and I listened to Lisandro Rios rip it up 3 times. All right. So The guy left an impact for sure. We're going to talk all about it. I can say that this is an album made with passion. These guys were not phoning it in. I believe they didn't have any phones. You know what, though? This is before cell phones, baby. This is before. You know what? If you went on the subway, you brought a book or your mind. All right?
Take it easy. Your book or your mind.
Yeah. Matt, do you know what the Black Mirror stands for?
Oh my God. All right. You ready for songs?
Matt, let's dive into this record. The first song is called 15 parentheses Live My Life.
All right, here we go. Oh no, one of these, huh?
Matt, I know what you're thinking. Wow, these vocals. These vocals are lately, Matt, I would say 2025 for you on this show has been marked by you encountering vocals that you cannot abide.
That's correct.
And when I'm doing my listens, and longtime listeners know, and new listeners are about to find out, when we do the show, I will listen to the album 3 times over a couple of weeks. I will immerse myself in the record. I'll do some Googling to find out information. Matt, he's living a blissful new metal free life. He doesn't know what he's going to hear until I log into the StreamYard and tell him, hey, boy, it's Speak No Evil time.
Get ready.
So, yeah, exactly. So in the case of this, I was listening to it and I said, oh, boy, Matthew is not going to be thrilled with these vocals, which are a new mix. You know, there's always some new mixture. How am I, the vocalist, going to bring something new to the table that no one's ever heard before? Or how am I going to take some familiar sounds and mix them up?
Yeah.
And here what we have is, on one hand, a very late 90s, honestly, even mid 90s Stone Temple Pilot, Scott Weiland mixed with a little Eddie Vedder in there, touching the influenced by them Jarl butt sound, merging them together, influenced and influencers all at once into a little cosmic butt gumbo. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you meet Junior Zach De La Roca.
Mm-hmm.
Then you go into kind of a Disturbed would be a touch point, a little Draymond-y, a little
bit,
but a little more, in that Scott Weiland, Stone Temple Pilots, crooning a little bit, kind of
yes.
crooning a little bit,
Yeah.
and then that chorus. When you said post grunge, my cheeks clenched because I knew that we were going to be going to the butt.
We're going to the butt, going to the crack for sure. Now,
but I will say,
yeah,
when those first riffs hit,
yes,
I'm like, I'm not going to have a problem with this at all.
Absolutely.
I'm in. Did we uncover another classic, Lost to Time? Well, that's yet to be seen. It's one song in 1 minute, but for goodness sakes.
Mm-hmm.
But, uh-oh.
So what you have here is you have a lot going on because you have, they run through this sort of, very like a sort of butt, get your hands in the air kind of chorus. But then they also have a breathing down my neck. The song ends with him saying, get off my motherfucking neck. Like he's like in it. So you have all of that type of thing, which is very resonant and works. And then on top of that, you have grinding guitars. Very grinding. I love the discordant sounds. I want all of that.
Yeah.
So, and then lyrically, I'd written down one lyric that I thought I liked a lot, but then I went back into here's the thing, songmeanings.com, no action. Had to go over to the maniacs over at genius.com.
Who knows how true or false?
Exactly. But this is the opening line of the verse. I want the world to stop spinning and throw you into outer space.
I don't like you.
I don't like you, and I wish you were in orbit.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
I will say that's a bar.
Yeah, right? That's
Bars.
one. Yeah. So I thought that was very strong to start, and very much enjoyed that. Now, because I did not have songmeanings.com, I had to go over to Amazon.com, popular e-commerce website. People use it to buy all sorts of things. Yeah, people use it to buy clothes, and they buy books, movies.
Good luck.
Yeah, right. I mean, yeah, and they ship it. Matt, here's the thing: they ship it to your house. You don't have to go to the store.
I guess, you know,
I
you
mean,
know, brick
you know
and
what?
mortar forever, right?
I know, right? Yeah, but this is just a new thing they're trying out. So we'll see how it works out for those kids over at the old Amazon. But we had a review over there from Katie, who gave it
By the
a
way, that was a real conversation from 1999.
Oh yeah, absolutely was. Katie gave this album a 5 out of 5 stars. The heading for the review was "I love this band," and they reviewed this album on December 26, 2012. Verified purchase. You know what that means, Matt? December 26, 2012. Verified purchase. This was a Christmas gift, baby.
Yes, it was.
Someone went under the tree and said, "What did you get? What did you get me?" And they went, "Katie, just open it up. Just open it up.
Speak no evil.
Speak no evil. How did you know? It was on your list." That's how
true.
they know. That's true. Katie said, "I used to listen to this band in high school and was so sad when I didn't have it anymore to listen to. This is a great band and I recommend it highly to anyone." So there you have it. This is somebody who had this record, lost it, and then a magical elf said, "You're going to get it for Christmas. We're going to make your collection whole again." And I love a story with a happy ending. So there you have it. All right, Matt, let's keep it moving.
All righty.
Up next, we have the song "Pass the Power."
I like that chorus. I like what we just heard there. That definitely worked for me.
Yeah,
For
chuggy.
sure.
Mm-hmm.
First verse is not necessarily for me. That kind of the first chorus didn't, or the pre-chorus kind of sound a little Living Color, which isn't a bad thing, but it isn't what I'm looking for with new. Why not more of the latter? I like that last thing. That stuff is, that stuff punches my paycheck. That is what I like.
Yeah, when he goes into that and it gets into real beatdown mode, I was like, yes, this is what we want. Make some music that sounds like somebody's going to break a spinal cord to it. That's what we want. Yeah, when that chorus hit, I was like, get your spines out of here. This is not a place for spines. They're about to get broken. So I really did appreciate that. I wrote in my notes that this is a real grinding dirge that moves. Interesting combo there.
I can see that though. Yeah, that makes sense.
The lyrics I wrote down: "Once you learn to fight, they'll have to face you. Once you know you're right, they'll try to erase you. Before they get to you and take your freedom, pass the power." Now, this sounds like the type of song that also would be great for all the people hoarding the sunglasses in They Live. This is right for them. You know what I mean? And they're going to find us. You just got to get one of them pair of sunglasses to somebody else to wake them up. Pass that power along. Pass along.
That's what Piper was trying to do, but his friend wanted to fight him to the death, I guess.
I know, right? He didn't want to put the glasses on. You got to keep doing it. Pass the power. So I like this. I like this movement. I like it there. Also with the distorted vocals a little bit. It was once again, I'm hearing Scott Weiland, but I'm also hearing a little Tool Town. I'm hearing all these different little moves, but it's always like a sprinkle. It doesn't stay for too long because then he goes in another direction. So once again, I'm listening to this and I'm interested. Over on Amazon.com, we have a review from one Jay Brooks.
Hey, Jay.
They gave it 5 out of 5 stars. One of the best undiscovered mainstream bands. They reviewed this on October 15th, 2015.
One of the greatest oxymorons I've heard in a while.
Absolutely. One of my favorites for many years now. Never leaves my rotation. One of the best undiscovered mainstream bands. All right, Jay, listen, I don't want to tell you how to write an Amazon review, but do not repeat your header in the body of the review. Don't do it. Okay?
Unnecessary.
You already said this in the header. Mix it up a little bit. This could have taken another sweep. I would have taken another run at this before I would have posted. Just saying. Think about this for future reviews. Think about it. All right, Matt. We've got another song.
I'm waiting for his Apple review of our show and just being like, fuck you.
But then in the body, he's, "I don't like this show. Fuck you." And I'm like, repeating ourselves again.
Double got him.
All right, Matt. This next song is called "Let Go."
No.
Matt, I love when you dive for the volume knob and accidentally turn it up before you turn it down.
Yeah, you got a little.
Yeah, so this is a big Scott Weiland lift here. Very big. That's my main note, was very Scott Weiland vocal here. I will say, though, as someone who very much enjoys the work of one, Stone Temple Pilots, and Scott Weiland, I did not mind this. This was scratching an itch. I was like, I'm in. I'm kind of in. It's not, I will agree, it's not giving me new metal on this. It's really giving me more of like 90s alt, but I enjoyed it. Now it does have a let go drop at 225 that is very new metal.
I do like that. I have no problem with that.
Yeah,
I feel like the word gumbo, I think, is appropriate.
it is.
There's so much style switching in this
Mhm,
that it's hard for me to hang my hat on anything
mhm.
concrete. There's so much I do like in these songs,
Right.
mainly in the instrumentation, but it's 4 different vocal techniques happen in 30 seconds, and I'm a little jarred and left a little more, huh, why? Why?
Mm.
If it was just straight butt, I would be like, well, this just isn't for me and it's straight butt.
Mhm,
But there's enough in here that it keeps my new metal ears perked.
mhm.
And I'm like, okay. And then it's, oh, no, not at all. Not at all. Fucking no way.
Yeah. I mean, the thing I would say that I liked about it was that you couldn't just give up on a song because it was going to drop something on you at some point that would take you in a different direction.
That's true.
So it keeps a variety going. The lyrics I wrote down: don't walk away from me, or you will know who I am. When I let go, don't talk that way to me. I will show you what I am when I let go. So you don't walk away. He decides when this conversation is over. All right. He decides when this conversation is over. And very aggressive, certainly aggressive,
Certainly aggressive.
which is a key component of any new metal record. Over on Amazon, Martin Lambert Jr. rated this album 5 out of 5 stars. And he said he just bought this album, and the guitarist was one of his friends, and we just lost him in a bicycle accident. R.I.P. Lee Rios, aka War 5150. You will be missed, my friend. And he did have a link, and that is indeed how I learned about it from this Amazon review. Very sad, but a legacy of ripping riffs, as we're already seeing. So, condolences again. Matt, let's dive into the next one.
All right,
It's
buddy.
called Too Intense.
This one's too intense. No.
No, Matt.
No. You
Matt.
won't survive this life because it's too intense.
You won't, Matt. It's too intense. You won't survive it. Your body cannot take the G's of intensity. All right. Okay. You must be this tall to ride this life. All right. Because if you are not tall enough,
It's just going to be too intense.
too intense. All right. Okay. This is the thing to keep in mind.
I'm kind of trapped in bad Soundgarden here. You know what I mean?
Oh.
This is bad Soundgarden. I am not enjoying where I am right now.
Okay.
Like,
Let's give a little bit more of Too Intense, Matt.
all right. Maybe I can't handle. Maybe it's too intense for me.
Might be something to consider.
This might not be a speak no evil problem. This might be a me problem.
It might be.
Might be too intense. I don't know.
Man, I think it's right. I think, listen, in the song, he says that you think you can survive in this world, and you can't. You're not built for it. Unlike him, he won't break, he won't bend. He's a man of steel. So
He's
it's
made
really,
for this.
he's made for this. And you just cannot take the intensity. It's too intense for you. And this happens. I wrote in my notes that it's a bit of a mix of beatdown hardcore with new metal and alt. That's what I got from this. And I wrote that these guys are kicking. They're kicking. So I was on board with this one. I was on board. But if it's too intense for you, and I get it, and then you're probably gonna sit this one out. You're gonna wait. You're gonna let everyone else do the ride, have them come off and be like, okay, let's go and get some.
Really? I mean, what your feelings are? This is scale of 1 to 10. Where are you now? Right now, like in the album?
I'm not bored.
Okay.
I'm having a fun time.
Okay.
I'm hearing lots of different noises and sounds.
Okay.
They're not making the same song over and over again.
True.
And there seems to be like a true, for lack of a better word, intensity in the vocal delivery. Okay. That I appreciate and honestly is needed. I want to hear a guy who's a little out there, who's kind of might be losing it, who might be passionate, maybe too passionate.
Okay.
Too intense.
Okay.
This is what I get. This is what I'm getting. And I think it's also why the vocals feel all over the place is that he's trying one thing and he's like, it's not working there. But I got something else and I'm going to try that.
Okay.
He's not going to do the same because, man, you and I know there's some records, man, the vocalist has got one move and he does it on the verses and then he does it on the chorus and he does it on the verse again and then you got to hear it 12 fucking times. Here, This guy's, I got
A bag of tricks.
I got a bag, a literal bag, deep bag. Put my hand around in there. You can hear it clinking, clanging, something in there. Yeah. So yeah. Now, I want to tell you about this review on Amazon.com.
Okay.
It's from STM Jax. 1 out of 5 stars. Headline: What happened? With 5 exclamation points, 1 question mark. This is from April 16th, 2012. If you are like me and bought the first Speak No Evil and loved it, then I wouldn't advise getting this. I just listened to the samples and they sound horrible. Rap rocking and electronics thrown in. What happened to the band that sounded like Alice in Chains or Soundgarden? I don't know, but this ain't them. This ain't them. Do yourself a favor and skip this and get No Pleasantries by UPO. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So this person said these guys deviated from what they had been doing on the first record. How dare they? And I went back and I've listened to a little bit of the first album, and I did not like it as much as this one. I felt that it was a little more samey. I felt that they mixed things up here. They had more of a point of view. Personal taste. Also, literally, when I say skim, I like 3 songs. So it wasn't. Yeah. Listen, I already been doing 2 weeks with this album. All right.
Yeah.
There's a line. There's a line.
You got to take it easy on yourself.
You gotta. Sometimes things can be too intense, Matt.
Well, you don't want to come my way. It's too intense.
That's right. All right, Matt. Up next, we've got Riddle.
Look, I'm not saying that if I was at the Hayloft liquor stand and Speak No Evil were playing and I'm 5 Bud Lights deep, that I wouldn't fucking fist pump to this song. You're out of your mind if you don't think I would do that, because I certainly would.
Matt, this thing rolls in, and I was like, okay, we're getting a little bit of a boop and a beep. I'm getting a little bit of a Power Man vibe, a little bit of a Static X vibe, a little bit of a Rob Zombie vibe. But then listen, I know all those bands you're talking about. And certainly I could imitate any of them vocally. But I got only one person in mind, and that's a Papa Het. That's right, baby. I'm going to do my best James Hetfield impression for this one.
Give me fuel.
Give me fuel, give me fire. I very much enjoyed this. Matt, I like your Hayloft reference. I'm going to take you one. This is also real good if you are in a vehicle that has roll bars. I think this is also prime
roll bar driving music.
Prime. All right, listen, you're helmeted up. You got a pit crew. This plane. Listen, baby, that checkered flag is yours as long as you keep that pedal to the metal. This should have been on that fucking NASCAR.
100%.
Oh, yeah. Now, what's funny is lyrically, this seems to be about thinking too much, and in order to not think so much and not worry so much, you might have to smoke a little weed, take the edge off.
Hey,
yeah.
You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Sometimes things are too intense.
They're too intense. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because he talks about you got your mind in a riddle, you got your soul in a can. They'll keep your head down at the bottom, and you're doing whatever you think it takes to make it. He's saying that, man, this whole world's got you twisted up in your head. You got to get out of there, buddy. You're in the sand. Time to crawl out.
Don't you worry.
Yeah.
That's the riddle.
That's the riddle, baby.
I mean, I had fun on this one. This one, because the little change up in the pitch, like that, had fun. Yeah, the choruses and a little James Hetfield, a little kind of took it a little bit, but yeah, this one's a winner.
It's a winner for sure. All right, Matt. Up next, Downside. Now, Matt, I knew you weren't going to like that. Welcome to the Downside part. The moment I heard it, I made a little check in the air and went, Matt's not gonna like that. And that's just how it goes.
That's just the way that it goes. That's the price of admission for dealing with me.
Indeed. Matt, I think this is a song about really bad, having a really bad boss, or being in prison and they're making you work on the sun. There's something like that, because it's like cooler in the shade, sipping lemonade, watching me burn in the sun. Who are you to judge? Go of your grudge. You might be the next one, the one to fumble. When you say the one to fumble, I mean, I would take that to mean, commit a crime, and then you're going to be here doing the time, because I would say that, if you're at a job and you don't do a good job, they don't give you a lesser job. They just fire you. They don't
Correct.
they don't say, "Oh, you didn't do a good job, so we're gonna make you do a shittier part." No,
No,
you know what?
that's usually not how it works.
Not how it works. Not how it works. This one, I knew you weren't going to like that. I really did think that since it was sort of the title track, I thought that there would be maybe more of a political vent, but it's still a little vague, fight the powery, but also kind of grim. At one point, he does say "fuck everything," which I did appreciate.
Love that.
Yeah, and yeah, listen, always love that. And of course, also when I see "Watching Me Burn in the Sun," I'm just like, once again, I still think about that dude on the surface of the sun eating the butt,
Getting in them cheeks.
right in there. So yeah, I didn't like this one as much. It was all right though. I like the grind of it. So
Yeah, we're squarely in the center of the album,
Mhm.
and you know, are we gonna get another Riddle? I doubt it,
Mhm.
but I'm hanging some hope on it.
Hang some hope. There you go. That's all you can do, Matt. Over on Amazon.com, write it down if you're curious about this website. Reviewer Mark Fitzpatrick gave it 3 out of 5 stars. Okay. With the headline Good Hard Rock.
Hmm.
Reviewed it on January 10th, 2009. I find this album hard to take when played all at once. Some of the tracks are a little less memorable and sound similarly well other tracks on the same album. I do like the tracks when mixed on shuffle on my MP3 player though, so good stuff. Nice hard edge to the music, some good use of rhythmic stuff along with backing tracks and intros. Like it. You
Like
know
an
what?
MP3 player I bought on Amazon.
On Amazon, when I put it on my MP3 player and mix it up, incredible. If I don't have to hear, here's the difference with this album, okay? If I have to hear every song on this album, not a fan. If I only have to hear some of the songs sometimes randomly, incredible. Incredible work.
That's how it
Ah,
goes.
that's how it goes. A great review. Thank you, Mark. All right, Matt. All right. This song is called Bring Your Body.
Oh boy.
All right, Matt. Listen,
Yeah, buddy.
sometimes you can be in a hard rock band and you're working on a track and somebody's visiting the studio and they go, "You know what? This is going to kill at the club." The club? The strip club. And they go, "Oh, did we just make a strip club anthem?" And they're like, "I think you did." And what happens is that once some band does that, then other bands are like, "Well, we need a strip club anthem." But the thing is that there's a certain tone that comes with a strip club anthem. And I can
Hmm.
tell you that the tone of this song is too aggressive for the club.
Too aggressive for the club.
Too aggressive. That honestly is my main note is that I can see exactly what they're trying to do here. And the bring your body thing, I think they really thought they had it that was going to drop and everyone would be in the club and they'd be like, "Oh, here we go. Let me get my ones out. It's bring your body." But nah, I just think it's too aggressive. It's a little too rap hands. It's one of those things where it's so aggressive and whipping around that I just see somebody accidentally getting like a shoe in the face. Not like
Mm.
aggressively, just like by accident. And they're like, "Oh, are you okay? Oh, it's fine," because the song's just a little too aggressive. A
Like a
little
platform heel breaks mid song and slides off into somebody's face.
Exactly. One of those big tall ones that also has a fish in it. Yeah, exactly. One of those situations. So, you know what? They gave it the college try.
They definitely gave it the college try. It's not good.
Yeah. Listen, sometimes you got to change your major. Okay?
Yeah, sometimes you
Sometimes.
just do.
You meet with your
But you know
counselor.
what?
Yeah.
You don't hit the ball if you don't swing.
That's right.
And that was a big swing.
Big swing. Big swing. Now, over on Amazon.com, we have somebody who has, since posting this, deleted their account. So they're only known as Amazon customer. They gave it 5 out of 5 stars. They said, solid. Now here's the rest. They reviewed this on October 20th, 2004. Great album. Check out Too Intense and Downside for a taste of their good stuff. Now, to the point. the music industry hasn't been promoting the good music like it should. So now we have a horde of brainless teenagers listening to, quote, old school poser metal, Living Sacrifice, Atreyu, and various other horrid bands, and just plain lame music, Thursday, Brand New, etc., etc. Here's the good stuff, people. Buckle up. Speak No Evil, Welcome to the Downside. Hotwire, The Routine. Liquid Gang, Sunshine. Simon Says, Shut Your Breath. Primer 55, Introduction to Mayhem. Shovel, self-titled. Element 80, Mercuric and self-titled. Scrape, New Killer America. Slaves on Dope, Inches from the Main Line. Depswa, self-titled, or The Lesser Two Angels and a Dream. I like that. You can also check out their shittier album. Revolution Smile, Above the Noise, or if possible, The Rarities, We Are in This Alone and At War with Plastic. Relative Ash, Our Time with You. Pulse Ultra, self-titled, I think. Pressure 4-5, Burning the Process. Nothing Face Violence. Other noteworthy bands: Spine Shank, Union Underground, Blindside, Thousand Foot Crutch, 3 Days Grace, Home and Wake Up are instant classics. Forget their singles. There you have it. Rock 101.
I got to tell you, number one, just hearing all these bands that we've done on the show, I'm like, I don't know if that's 101. Let me tell you.
Matt, that does not feel like 101. Rock 101 should have at least one band that my mother knows. I'm just going to say it.
Yeah,
That's intro. Okay?
Rock 101 is probably going to be a lot of blues. It's going to be blues and country to show you how when they came together.
Matt, I'm sorry, but Amazon customer says when you want Rock 101, it starts with Element 80 and Scrape. Okay? Rock 101.
Look, and you got to get that Relative Ash album because you have to hear about Jizz.
You gotta. You absolutely have to. Also, I just love how he gives up in certain parts there where he's, I think this is what it's called. And then also where he's like, you got to check out this band. One of their albums is great. Also, the other album, lesser than. Not that good, but check it out. Rock 101.
Rock 101. What's 201?
201? Like, what are they got? Bands that haven't even formed yet. We just heard about it. We heard the guys put an ad up. That's Rock 201. All right, Matt. Up next, we've got Get It Straight.
I mean, that's kind of money in the bank, right?
Money in the bank. Get your head straight, motherfucker. Get your head straight. When I saw it was called Get It Straight, I'm like, it'd be really cool if he says, get your head straight, motherfucker. And then he did.
He did.
He did.
Cashed the check.
Yes. That's a real, I promise you. You know, this I promise you, Get It Straight, is Get It Straight, motherfucker. Don't even worry.
Don't worry. I've got it.
Absolutely. I want to give a shout out. We did not mention the producer on this record is one Steve Dudas. And I want to say that Steve and the team in the booth made sure that them cymbals were mic'd and they were crisp. They are perfect. They're not muddy.
Tinging.
They're tinging away. They're not falling. They're not pools of water. No, they're solid, baby. Solid. Good. As my dad would say, good cymbal work. Good cymbal work. So yeah, I enjoyed this one. Get your head straight, motherfucker. I said, this is my kind of wake up sheeple song. Get your head straight, motherfucker. Well done. Matt, you're going to really like this name here on Amazon.com. This person's name is Mental Patience.
Ooh.
They gave this album 5 out of 5 stars.
Of course they did.
It's an excellent display of old hard rock. They reviewed it on January 18th, 2002. I must say, I was pleasantly surprised by this album. Not surprised, pleasantly surprised. First up, the music.
Okay, great place to start.
Great
place to start.
Perfect. It is really just some really old school riffs and beats. It is sort of like early 90s grunge with an edge, a razor sharp metal edge. Second, the vocals. Really great, not the best, but still quite amazing. Third, the lyrics. Very different, at some points dark, depressing, hardcore type shit, but then it goes into a more melodic, peaceful state. An excellent combination. There's even a few samples to give it sort of that hardcore techno feel to it. This is, all in all, an almost perfect album. All the songs are worth listening to, and all more than once. My personal touch on this review, it is a sin that this band is not big. I want to say that I really think Mental Patients should start doing some reviews for Pitchfork. I really think they have a voice. I
Yep.
would really love for them to be like the new Wilco album. First, the music, guitars, bass drums, hearing them all. Secondly, vocals. Jeff Tweedy is what the liner notes say. Don't like him, except on some songs where I do. Third,
Interesting.
the lyrics. Some are good and some are bad. Overall, this album is almost perfect.
It is filled with song.
Song. Love this work. Mental Patients. I hope you continue to do great work all around. All right, Matt. We've got another song. It's called Resentment.
I don't know why this type of song drives me crazy, but boy, does it drive me crazy. Because it goes like nowhere, but it feels get ready. And it's just meandering nonsense. And I hate it.
Okay.
And I don't like any bit of it. And I wish I never heard it.
Wow. So, Matt, I have to ask the question, where do you stand on Soundgarden's Bad Motorfinger?
Resentment.
Okay.
Well, here's the deal. Chris Cornell is a one-of-one vocalist.
Sure is.
And he makes it work. And that is, there's always an exception to the rule.
Because I hear something like this, and I think these guys sat down, they listened to New Damage from Bad Motorfinger, and they said, can we? Should we? Can we? And they tried. Listen, it's tough because New Damage is an all-timer Soundgarden song.
See, that's the thing is,
Yeah.
I understand the swing.
Yes. Oh, these are all swings. We're swinging. We are swinging.
Swing away, Meryl.
Yes.
But like some bands, I don't think people should try to be Tool, but I get the allure.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think anybody's Chris Cornell but Chris Cornell. But I understand the desire.
Right.
And that's what we're kind of caught up with on this particular track, where it's but you're not.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
That's okay.
But
yeah.
I liked the weirdo stuff.
Right.
Instead of we're really gonna do this.
Yeah, I would say that the weirdo stuff is better because it's you can feel them mixing everything. We're gonna try this.
Yeah.
Try this. Well, this feels like straight Soundgarden homage. We are going to tribute. This is we're gonna do tribute. So that's what this feels like to me.
And there's definitely songs on Bad Motorfinger I would turn off, but there's other songs that like, if you try to touch that dial, we're gonna have a problem.
That's right, baby.
You try to skip this song? You trying to skip Outshine?
What are you out of your mind?
What are you out of your mind?
What, overplayed? You're overplayed.
You're
Get out of
overplayed.
here. Get out of here. Man,
I have to hear from you every day.
Oh no, you've heard Outshine too much? Tough life. Matt, we got a review on Amazon.com. It's from Fallen Maggot.
Perfect.
5 out of 5 stars. Headline, Rock On.
Rock 101.
Rock On and Rock 101.
Is that their? I'm excited. What is their review?
January 17th, 2002, they said, it's sort of, and then they put in brackets, makes me angry that bands that Speak No Evil and the Union Underground are not in the mainstream. I mean, this album is just pure rock. It's heavy. It has great riffs, intelligent lyrics, and it just plain rocks. I mean, I really love this album. It was recommended to me by Amazon.com, and I checked out some MP3s and totally loved it. It is really amazing that you can find what you can find in the underground, or should I say, the downside, FM. So they do a little initials thing at the end. FM, Fallen Maggot. I do like that this person's, man, I'm tired of this mainstream. I got to find that underground stuff on Amazon.com.
On Amazon.com. The time, quite an independent set,
Very independent. Just a couple, they're trying every day. Just a couple guys in the warehouse. Get it out. Get it there. Not what it is today. A giant behemoth with its foot firmly pressed on our faces. Matt, we got a few more left.
All right.
This next one's called Invincible Man. Listen, and honestly, with this one, if you were to come in and tell me they swung and they hit it out of the park, can't see the ball anymore, and then I talked to somebody else and they said, looked like a strike to me, I'd believe both of you. It
I think
really
both
does.
are right.
I think both are right. I think both are right. It's the one case where it's either a home run or a strike. It could be both. And it's like, how? Trust me. Listen to Invincible Man.
Yeah.
It's a strike and a home run at the exact same time. All right? You're out of here, and also run the plates. Run the bases. Listen,
it is the Schrodinger's cat
it really
of
is.
songs.
It is. Listen, you're going back to the dugout. I don't know how. I don't know if it's because you got to say hi to the outfield or you just got to turn around and frown at the umpire. But it's definitely a big swing.
I would rather have a whole bunch of this type of weirdo stuff where it's like, we're just going for it, man. This is just weird. Because it's different in a way that's fun.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's
whereas
very
like
fun.
that last song, it's just I've heard this song.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I know what this song is. And it's not in a pop convention that I go, it's pleasing to my ears. Mm-hmm. Which isn't me a problem. But there's definitely punk songs that I've heard that are all the same. And I'm like, I don't care. I love what this is. And I can hear this a trillion times. Song like that, I hear it. And I'm just like, I heard the good version of this. And I don't need any more. This stuff, in Invincible Man, mm-hmm. It's so wild.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Like there's no point in that song where I'm like, I know what's gonna happen next.
No, you don't. You don't know. Yeah, when it comes into that chorus, you're like, oh, this is what we're doing? Oh, okay.
Right. Because I could see him going from major lift, like a, kind of a.
Yeah. I'm an invisible man. No, he doesn't do that.
Big time. I could totally.
Yeah.
Nope. Didn't do that.
Didn't do it. The chorus, one more time for you, is because I'm the invincible man. Welcome to my machine. Because I'm the invincible man. Welcome to my master plan. Because I'm the invincible man. Welcome to my machine. Because I'm the invincible man. I'm going to make you bleed.
What a great weird weird salad.
I love it. I wrote in my notes, rips pretty hard. So, yeah, I was into it.
I enjoyed it. I really did. Like,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to be less, I don't want to be crappy to this record.
Right.
There are a lot of things I like about it, but this is the type of stuff where I'm just like, if this resonated with you, I would totally get it. Mm-hmm. I don't know, Invincible Man, it just is kind of like they have a lot of weird stuff, and I really liked it, and me and my friends got into it. I'd be like, that's awesome. If you were like, I don't know, we just love Resentment, I'd be like, guys, here's the copy of Bad Motorfinger. I'll see you in a little bit.
Now, Matt, when you're giving somebody a copy of Bad Motorfinger, are you considering that sort of like Rock 101? Is that how
I would consider that Rock 101?
Rock 101? Okay.
We call that Grunge 101.
Oh, Grunge 101. Okay. All right.
Maybe I would call that Seattle Sound 201. I don't know.
Oh, man. What type of degree do you get with this? Something you can get a job with, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. People are knocking your doors down.
Absolutely. Matt, we do have a couple songs left.
That makes me ask the question of how respectful of our time is this album.
So, Matt, this is a great question. So, I want to let everybody know that I have the physical copy here. And the physical copy, 12 tracks, and it just ends. On streaming, there is a bonus hidden track. Never experienced this before, where there is a hidden track on streaming that you have to fast forward to. But on the original CD, there is no bonus track.
Ooh, did they do that thing where you had your rewind for it?
Hadn't thought about that, Matt, and I'm not going to do it, but maybe that's what they did. So on streaming, it's 47 minutes. I want to say original version. I think the secret song's like overall it's 9 or 10 minutes long. So probably just shy of 40. So either way, pretty respectful of your time. Even with the secret track, 47 minutes is still pretty respectful. All right, Matt, you know what? Listen, it was only a matter of time before we got a song called Lunatic.
Perfect.
Okay, Matt. We're back in the gumbo, all right? We're back in the gumbo because we're throwing so many ingredients in here, all right? First, we get these verses where, let's be real, this motherfucker's kind of spitting.
This motherfucker spitting?
This motherfucker might be spitting. All right, so you think that puts you in one mindset. Okay, this is some new metal, all right? We're spitting. But then we get to the pre-chorus, and they're like, "It's been a while since we've hit you with a chainsing,
Big time chainsing.
big time chainsing." So then you're like, "Oh, okay. What type of chorus you gonna hit me with?" And he's, "Oh, don't worry, it's a Bootstomper. All right, it's honestly that chorus, get the tables. Okay, that is a get the tables type
A
of
little
chorus.
bit of a get the tables.
Lunatic in my head. Lunatic in my head. Yeah, listen, Hardy Boys, they're about to chop rope you through some tables with that shit right there. Yeah, I would say the chorus really brought this one home for me. I think this song, and like I said, I didn't have a lot to work with here, but based off of the Middle Eastern string sound at the beginning, but then with the lyric about looking around looking around me, paranoid by the scene, the 10 o'clock news is like a motherfucking dream. You got kids killing kids and cops getting paid. I believe this is what we know as the American dream. So the way I'm going to take this, considering what was going on in the early 2000s in regards to foreign policy and other things like that, and he's saying, oh, you're looking abroad, you're saying that these are where the problems are, when maybe we've got some problems right here at home. Something to think about. Misdirection, you lunatic. Yeah, so this is a boot stomper I was ultimately on board for. Matt, how'd you feel about it?
Yeah, you know, this is interesting because I'm listening to this and I'm going, this is 10 years too late. Because the rapping style and the like everything about it is just a little too late. This doesn't feel like 2001 music. This feels 1991 music. How this motherfucker is spitting is very
Judgment Night.
Yeah. It absolutely has that type of like Judgment Night feel to it. And it's, you know what, that's fine, but it just didn't work. I'm just checking something here for you because when I hear Get the Tables, I think it's the Dudley Boys. But the Hardy Boys could work because, you know, they were high flyers, baby.
They were. And listen, as long as you got some boys, you can get some tables. I'm just saying. Dudley, Hardy, Bayou Boys, whatever. Bless them boys.
Oh, dude.
Whatever. Yeah. Get them tables.
That was the wrestling segment.
That's it.
How you feel about that Cena heel turn, you know? Are you in on that? You watching that?
Matt, I have no idea what you're talking about.
I love it.
There we go. All right, Matt. We have the final real song on the album.
Oh, yeah.
Song. It's called Useless Wisdom.
I can't.
All right, Matt. So this is a very heavy chainsing here. The most intense chainsing on the album, and I do apologize for not giving you a heads up on that. But we are still rocking out the door. We do have the lyric: "Close your fucking eyes and listen to me."
Close your fucking eyes and listen.
Listen to me. Your wisdom's useless. Yeah. Once again, I think this is a situation where they're saying, "Listen, you think you know?
You don't know.
You don't know. The paradigm has shifted.
Everything's different.
Everything's different now. You gotta wake the fuck up. Listen, close your fucking eyes and listen to me.
Listen to me.
What a start. So I really enjoyed that lyric. Your feelings about it really depend on how you feel about a chainsing. Yeah. And
I hated it. Yeah.
You hated it. I thought it was one of the best songs in the album. So there you go. And if you have the CD version like me or any of the verified purchasers, then that's the record. You're like, okay, go out on that one, making your point. You didn't really underline the political themes of your album art, but that's okay. Well, if you're on streaming, which quite a few people are these days, man. I don't know if you know this, but streaming, people are all over the streaming. You can go up to hear that secret track, and you're like, where do I got to go to hear the beginning of the secret track? Well, Matt, I think you're going to need to go to 4 minutes and 20 seconds, my friend.
Here we go.
So for those at home who didn't catch it, the only lyric in this song is "Don't you fucking lie to me." I said in all different tones. Listen, it's like an actor's exercise over there, you know? How many different ways can you say "Don't you fucking lie to me"? And this song's got them all. It's got them all, full of sound bites of lying politicians, also mixed in with Eisenhower's speech about the impending military-industrial complex. Think he was right, Matt? Do you think it was starting to take over?
You know, remains to be seen.
Jury's out.
Now, if you don't
Yeah.
mind, I have to cash in these Halliburton stocks I got.
Real quick. So that really lays it on real thick. And honestly, having been looking at this album art when it happened, I said, "Thank you. This
There
is
it
what I
is.
needed. I needed this. Well done." There's also some sound bites from what sounds like some protests. It's really all in there, but him saying "Don't you fucking lie to me" in a bunch of different tones, a perfect kind of secret song to go out on. Much appreciated it. And that's the album. That's Welcome to the Downside by Speak No Evil.
Look at that.
Yeah. And Matt, it's now the part of the show where we talk about
Canon talk.
talking about the canon. Matt, let's start with you.
On first blush, I could write the whole thing off as a complete no to my ears. I do feel that it is 10 years too late. I feel the tones, the tenor, the rhythms are well trod at this point.
Mm-hmm.
What makes the album work is when they just get weird with it. And they just go, yeah, but did anybody put all of those things from 1991 in one song?
Mm-hmm.
What if we did? And in a song like Riddle, Invincible Man, even that last one, the Don't You Fucking Lie to Me song, it does shine. It does have moments where I'm just like charmed by it, even.
Mm-hmm.
Charming feel.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm very wooed by their attempt, but not bowled over by their audacity. Done and going, yeah, they found something new in all this. They just made gumbo, and gumbo's enjoyable, but it isn't my favorite thing to eat.
Mm-hmm.
And this was not my favorite album to listen to. But there's a lot more there than originally meets the eye. And to that, I say that made it fun. But nothing for the canon.
All right. I thought this was a pretty sturdy album that has a deep-rooted sound in, I think 90s alt rock, 90s metal. There's plenty of hard chug here, but these guys are not really influenced or trying to copy Korn or Deftones or
No.
LB.
No.
But I thought it was rock solid. I was never bored, scratched a lot of 90s itches, but I did not have anything for the canon either. I think there's probably a couple on here you could probably put on like a workout list.
Definitely. There's some serious gains to be had at points in this album.
Absolutely. Yeah. And definitely some Bootstompers, but nothing for the canon. I think ultimately it's honestly more 90s alt than I would put it as new metal.
Big time.
Yeah. Over on, people are asking genre tags. Over on Discogs, its genre is rock, its style is hardcore and new metal. So yeah.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. And and then I just want to see, is there a release date, an actual release date for this album?
Instead of January 1st, 2001?
Yeah, let's see. I'm going over to Genius and just seeing if Genius has it coming out August 28th, 2001. So if that's the case, this is also a pre 9/11 record? Whoa!
Yeah, nobody wanted this then.
Oh, wow. Incredible. Well, there you have it. Speak No Evil. Pretty good, but nothing for the canon. And that does bring us to the end of another episode of Roach Coach. Thank you so much for listening. Keep on saying hello to us online. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Blue Sky. We're on all of those. Send us an email, roachcoachpodcast@gmail.com. Head on over to our Patreon, patreon.com/roachcoachpodcast. Become a patron. Take part in those perks and all that good fun stuff. And you know what? Also, Matt,
Yeah, buddy.
You can hear us here on the main Roach Coach feed. You can hear us on our Patreon.
Mm-hmm.
And also, you can hear me on another Patreon, if you'd so be
Oh,
interested.
that's true.
I did an appearance on the POD Cast's recent Patreon episode, their BONUS pod, and where we went and ranked 50 songs that they have covered on their bonus episodes, which meant that I had to sit down and listen to 50 new metal and also not new metal songs and rank them. And I got to tell you that it worked my little cranium to do that ranking. And some maniac slid in a Steely Dan song. Couldn't believe it. I was furious. Furious. But I had a real fun time talking to the guys, John and Brian, over at the POD cast. And if you're so interested and you'd like to hear me chat about new metal somewhere else, you can head on over to their Patreon.
Love it.
And yeah, and there you go. And so till next time, Matt, thank you.
Lauren, thank you.